What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Your Letter and My Advice. Here I got a 26-year-old female kind of stuck in a weird work situation in the DC metropolitan area. Let's go for it. I've got this boss. He's a baby boomer. I'm pretty set in it, and he's pretty set in his ways. And guess what? He's showing up at your yoga classes for the last few years. I hope he follows you and can hear your advice too. Let's see where this goes. But there is the real deal. He's driving me crazy at work. We are talking major temper tantrums. 1 minute he's all calm and zen-like in yoga, and the next one he's a storm cloud in the office. It's like he forgets all his yoga chill as soon as he steps through the office. I mean, come on. Where is the balance? Where is the balance? I'm trying to keep things professional, but it is tough. His mood swings are like epic. I'm usually on the receiving end of his frustration over almost everything. Well, that's not really cool. It's getting to a point where I'm dreading going to work, and that's not cool. Obviously, that's not cool. I could really use some advice on how to handle this. How do I stay emotionally bulletproof around him? I'm all for good vibes and positive energy, but this situation is seriously testing my limits. Also, since you see him in a totally different setting, do you think yoga might be softening him up? I mean, if he's not doing yoga, I wouldn't even want to imagine how he is. Let's call him Hank, right? Okay, Hank, my baby boomer student. Who are you, Hank? I have so many baby boomer students, I can't even know. Even a little? Maybe there is a Zen button and I haven't found it yet. Smiley face with a crying eye. Any tips or insights would be super appreciated. I just want to go to work without feeling like I am stepping into a battlefield. Thanks a bunch. Peace out. Flower emoji. Peace out emoji. Let's call you Maddie. Maddie, and Hank. Hank with his temper tantrums. It's so sad with these baby boomers. It's more prevalent in the older generation, because once you are old and you are set in your ways, you really close yourself off into any change, no matter how much you desperately need it. I think you turn old the second you start to tell yourself that, yep, this is who I am. Like, it's good to know who you are, but it's also, I think the part of knowing who you are is you are always growing, always learning, always exploring new things, first about you and through you about the world around you. So, baby boomer Hank, what's going on? Why are you putting all of your emotions onto Maddie? Well, I gotta say, maybe he has some daughter issues, you know? We always talk about mommy issues, daddy issues, but old people have, son issues, daughter issues. I don't know whether if he has a daughter. I would really like to know about his relationship with his daughter. But furthermore, none of this, you have to know that none of this is your responsibility. He is not your responsibility. His uneducated feelings are not your responsibility either. So anger is a very healthy emotion in terms of telling you what you should do, what you should not do as a person. But when your emotions are uneducated, they are basically stealing away your self-esteem and the respect that others might have for you. He is coming into the office, this baby boomer, but he is nothing but a toddler, nothing but a boy. And he doesn't know what to do with this, which is very, very sad for him. But again, our focus is not Hank, our focus is you. So please do not allow yourself to be upset by uneducated emotions of other people. They are losing their respect. They are sacrificing their self-esteem, which might be non-existent. But it should not get to you, Maddie. You have to first understand that he is not your responsibility. Maybe we can have a game plan. First game plan, call it out. Hey Hank, I understand that you are feeling upset about this, but either these are not my responsibility or this is not the correct way of relaying those to me. This is one way. Another way is just straight up driving the boundary. I understand where you are coming from, however, you cannot talk to me like this, or maybe you will find your own way of saying these similar lines. And finally, you are not bound to that work situation. You are not a slave of that company or Hank. So if you are not appreciated, if people are not adding up to your self-esteem, if you do not get the respect that you deserve, time to get out. And then maybe you can communicate these before, because I have been in situations in which I was exposed to irrelevant anger of somebody else, and I tolerated once or twice, I drove a line once or twice, and after I drove the line, they didn't change, but their attitude towards me changed, because they are like, oh, like I can't really abuse this person like I used to, or like I like to, so let me find somebody else to abuse. So they at least stopped doing that to me. But there has been some situations as well in which I drove a line, I drove the boundary, and nothing changed, so time for me to leave. I left. What are you going to do though? What are you going to do? You will know. Give these a little bit of a thought, and just keep in mind to keep your heart nice and soft. It's nice to have a thick skin outside, especially in a work environment, but you have to know what you deserve and what you do not deserve, and you have to learn how to draw the lines. You are not a slave. And unfortunately, this is not in his defense, but I'll say this in the defense of our ignorant society, that in school you are not taught how to become emotionally smart. You are not taught how to become financially literate. In school system, you go to school for 20 years, but you don't learn nothing about yourself. You don't learn nothing about your finances. So basically, you learn how to be a slave to a company who needs you to do some mundane work from 9 to 5. So keep that in mind. You have to educate yourself. It's Hank's responsibility to educate himself. And if he thinks it's too late for him to change, well, maybe it's too late for him to have an amazing employee like you too, so you can go carve your own path. Or maybe, you were talking about a Zen button. Maybe you drawing a boundary will be in his Zen button, and then he will be like, oh, there's this lovely girl, Maddie, in my office, and I've been yelling at her for no reason. But wait a second, she does have a point. Maybe I should not get out all my anger to her, and maybe I should lock the knee. Hank, you gotta lock the knee. You gotta take responsibility for your own emotions. And Maddie, you also have to take responsibility for your own situation. If that situation is not serving you, time to try to make it serve you, and if it's not gonna serve you, maybe get out. Maybe there's something out there better waiting for you. You are not married to this work situation. And yes, I'm using the word marriage because I'm gonna do a couple other videos in terms of marriage, and we will get to that later. But you are not married to this work situation, and you have to be your own priority. So do what you have to do. Maybe try to communicate, because it's always nice to give people chances. And if they are not deserving of your chances, then you deserve your chance to go and have a more respectful environment, in a way you can work on your skills and your self-esteem. This is my 2 cents, Maddie. Again, you guys, if you have any baby boomers who are set in their ways, maybe send this video to them so they can have a look at themselves from the objective of Hank. Don't be a Hank. And also, don't upset the Maddie. Nobody puts Maddie in the corner. God bless you guys. What do they say? Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on. What else do I say? Come on, this channel has to grow. Send this to somebody. Send this to 2 people, and then if they also send it to 2 people too, in the power of 2, we are gonna go amazing. We are gonna do great things in this channel, everybody. Love and respect to you all. Take care.